Good afternoon to respected dignitaries, guests of the day, HOIs of various departments, faculty members, and my dear audience. I, Disha Tripathi, along with my co-host Ankita Parihar from BA Honours English, 3rd and 5th semester, are here to welcome you. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the 15th and the final day of the 30-hour workshop on the topic Path to Developed India, Awakened Youth, Skill Development, and Strong Leadership. विकसित भारत की राह, जागृत युवा, कौशल विकास एवं सुदृढ़ नेतृत्व. Taking you back to the yesterday's session, Dr. Priyanka Chakraborty enlightened us on empowering education through multilingualism, regional language, and NEP 2020 perspective, emphasizing the role of linguistic diversity in education. We also had Dr. Dharmendra Kumar, who discussed Indian Knowledge System and NEP 2020, Pathway to a Developed Nation, shedding light on how integrating traditional knowledge can drive national progress.
I am pleased and privileged to introduce our Honorable Director of Amity School of Languages, Professor Dr. Kumkum Dey. Her visionary leadership and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in shaping the success of our institution. As ma'am is unwell, we will proceed to the next segment of the session. It is my privilege and honor to introduce an esteemed guest speaker today, Dr. Shilpa Chowdhary. Dr. Chowdhary is an associate professor in the Department of English at Delhi College of Arts and Commerce, University of Delhi. Dr. Chowdhary completed her education at Patna University, Patna, and holds the prestigious title of Nritya Shiromani in Odissi dance from Bharatiya Nritya Kala Mandir, Patna. Her exceptional contributions to the arts have been recognized by the government of Bihar, which has felicitated her twice for her significant contributions to Odissi dance. In addition to her artistic accomplishments, Dr. Chaudhary is a distinguished academic. She serves on the panel of experts for the English Language Proficiency course at the University of Delhi and has been an expert on the expert committee for the foundation course in English at IGNOU. Her scholarly work includes numerous research articles published in national and international journals. Dr. Chaudhary is a respected speaker, having presented papers at various national and international seminars and conferences. Ma'am will be giving a lecture on the topic Relevance of Soft Skills in Fostering Leadership. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary, whose profound knowledge and diverse achievements and unwavering dedication make her an inspiring and esteemed speaker for today's event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ankita. Thank you for your kind words. Good afternoon, all of you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So, a good afternoon from you all would be a good thing. ठीक है. Again, a
Good
part of
afternoon,
soft
ma'am.
skills. ठीक है. So, today's topic, coming straight to the topic now, today's topic is relevance of soft skills in fostering leadership, right? So, in this topic, the major terms that we have is skill, that is soft skill and leadership. So, before going ahead on the session, we'll just clear out the two terms, skills and leadership. So, what are skills? What do you understand by skill? Any any answer from you? Skill? Okay, the skill means ability to do anything well, right? To do anything well, the ability, when you have ability to do anything well, that is known as skill. So we have two types of skills, hard skills and soft skills. Okay, today we will be discussing soft skill. The second term in our topic is leadership, which comes from the term leader. What is leadership again? It is the state of being in charge of something. Leadership is the state of being in charge of something, right? And a leader is a person who is in charge of something. So today's topic that we have, relevance of soft skill in fostering leadership, means how soft skills are useful for a leader or for a person to be a good leader, how soft skills are useful or important for a person to be a good leader. Is the topic clear? Okay. So we'll come to our lecture then. Can you please start the PPT? Ank no, this is something in between. Can you please start it from the beginning? Yes, yes. Okay. Close it so that you can. I'm switching off my video so that you can focus on the screen, right? Okay, relevance of soft skills in fostering leadership. So the first term that we have over here is skill, which means the ability to do something well. And in that we said that we have two types of skills, hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are technical skills that are learned through education or hands-on experiences, right? These are concrete and they are measurable abilities that are often specific to a job. For example, when you learn a foreign language, that is hard skill. Or if you do something in computers like Adobe Creative Suite or programming languages, JavaScript, etc., or website development or content development, copywriting, copy editing, budgeting, SEO marketing, statistical analysis, or healthcare related certification or licenses, these are all hard skills which you learn for a specific job. Okay. Then we have soft skills. Soft skills are also known as people skills because they are traits and abilities that people develop throughout their entire life. And soft skills speak to how and why we are motivated to certain things. So we see that hard skills are the skills that are required to do a particular thing, a particular job. But the soft skills are the traits and abilities that we have and which we develop while doing these hard skills or while performing these hard skills. So the main difference between hard skills and soft skills are number one, how we obtain them. And number two, how we apply them in the workplace. Hard skills are usually obtained through hands-on experience or education. On the other hand, soft skills are more akin to personality traits that we have naturally developed throughout our life. Okay. Hard skills are specific, technical knowledge needed for a job, whereas soft skills tend to be interpersonal. And both the skills are equally important for the success in career. Okay. One example I would take, like when the first example that you have in hard skill is foreign language, right? So when you learn any language, say for example, English or Chinese or Russian, you know, that learning, when you learn that, that is a hard skill. But how you speak that language is the soft skill. And what does come in that? What your paralanguage. I hope you know what communication is. Communication skill. What is communication? Communication is interaction with others when you convey your message to others, है ना? And how you convey either through writing or through your speech. So here when we are talking of learning a foreign language, and if we are taking speech as an example, so when we talk about speech and we take it as 100%, so in speech, 7% importance is given to the speech that we speak. 37% is given to, 38% is given to paralanguage and 55% is given to body language, right? So you see the difference between the weightage given on speech itself. 7% on hard skill, 93% on soft skill. I hope that is clear. Next, uh, next, please. Next, please change the screen. Next,
Yes, ma'am, a minute, please.
yeah. The next one here you see the hard skill and the no, this one, yes, correct. Hard skill and soft skill, and here we have examples again given. Under hard skills you can see bilingual or multilingual, that means you are learning new languages, and Chinese, Russian, Japanese, whatever. Database management, Adobe software suite, network security, SEO, SEM marketing, statistical analysis, data mining, app development, UX design, campaign management, storage system and management, programming languages, Python, JavaScript, Swift. So all in all these things, you will see that these skills are obtained, right? They are, you learn them. They are specific technical knowledge which you require for a job. On the other hand, under soft skill, you will see integrity, dependability, effective communication, open mindedness, teamwork, creativity, problem solving, creative thinking, adaptability, organization, willingness to learn, and empathy. So here we see when we compare these two, we find that soft skills are our personal habits and traits that shape how we work on our own and with others. Like, for example, number one is integrity. What is integrity? Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. So when we work in an organization, if we have this quality, obviously our working will be better, right? And if you have this integrity in you, people will depend upon you. You will have that dependability, right? And again, if people will depend upon you because of your honesty, because of your strong moral principles, you will have an effective communication with them. Yes, you will have effective communication with them. When I say effective communication, what does that mean? When we communicate, we convey our message to the other person, right? So is that only communication? No. When does communication, when does it come considered to be complete? When we get a feedback, right? Like, for example, I'm talking with you, I am delivering my lecture. After the session is over, when you ask questions to me, or if I ask you anything, and I see that, okay, you are answering something relevant to me or related to this topic, my communication would be complete. But if I ask you and you are not able to answer, what does that mean? My communication would be a failure, right? So, effective, if the person is honest, if he has strong moral values, people will depend upon him. When people will depend upon him because of his honesty and truthfulness and moral principles, they will have communication which will be very effective, right? And what will this lead to? Open mindedness. What is open mindedness? When you are open to the views of other people, okay, which is very important for teamwork. And what is teamwork? When all the people work together, that leads to, again, creativity. What is creativity? Does creativity only do something with new things, or it is also seen in something, you know, which is coming from behind, or which is coming from past? What do you call creativity? What is creativity? Anybody? Anybody in the audience? Creativity? When you give anything a new dimension or a new look or a new meaning, that is also called creativity. It's not that every time it has to be something new. Yes, something new. also from something which is old. Okay. The next skill that is under soft skills is problem solving. Generally, people believe that telling somebody if a problem is being created, people generally, what do? They remove that person or they remove that object from there. That is not problem solving. Problem solving is when you have all the people intact and all the things intact, and then you take out a way, then you solve that problem, then you take out a way from there itself, not removing any person or removing anything. Next, under this is create critical thinking. Critical thinking, there are two terms when we converse or when we talk with people, and we normally use these two terms, appreciate and criticize, right? So generally people take appreciation as something positive and criticism as something negative. But in literature, people, all the students who are from English literature background, they will know that criticism is not always negative. Criticism also has a positive meaning. Criticism means when you talk about the pros and the cons of the object, that is called criticism. Okay? So critical thinking, when we say, it has both positive and negative in that, looking at both the sides of the coin. Then comes adaptability, how this skill enhances or helps you in getting adjusted in the new situation or circumstances, how you adapt yourself in the new circumstances. Then organization, if we have 10 students or 10 members in a group, how we bring them together comes under organizational skill. Then willingness to learn, which is a very important soft skill. We should never think that we know everything. No, everybody comes to a point where he or she needs to learn something. And when we talk about life, entire life is a learning process. And the last one is empathy, which is here under soft skills. There is a difference between sympathy and empathy. I hope you must be knowing that, but still, I'll explain that. Sympathy is when you console somebody. Empathy is when you put yourself in the shoes of the other person and then think about that situation. That is called empathy, right? So these are the basic differences. These are the examples by which you can understand the difference between the hard skills and the soft skills. Okay? So here we see that hard skills are technical knowledge, whereas the soft skills are personal habits and traits that shape how we work on our own as well as with others. Next page, please. Now coming to soft skill, which is there in our topic. What are soft skills? Soft skills are non-technical skills that promote productivity, efficiency, and effective communication in the workplace, regardless of our profession. So, in this soft skill, the most important components are communication, teamwork, problem solving, dependability, critical thinking, positivity, organization, creativity, adaptability, and conflict resolution. Okay? So for that, uh, we'll start with this diagram that is there in front of you, which has interpersonal skills written on it. Soft skills are also known as interpersonal skills. Okay? These are the traits we use to successfully interact with others and communicate with others. So since our topic is related to soft skill and leadership, here see this in diagram, you will find it starts with motivation and it ends on leadership. Okay? So this skill, motivational skill, that is very important for any person who wants to be a leader. Or rather, you can say when a person has this skill, it is understood or people get to know that this person has got leadership skills. Okay. So what is motivation? Motivation, what do you understand by motivation? Motivation is when you encourage somebody to do something, right? For example, if a person is very shy, or if a person hesitate in speaking in the classroom, you know, and you motivate that person, you give him or you give her, chances to speak. You put that person in the situation where that person has to speak. That is motivating that person. And what are you doing? You are motivating that person to enhance his skill of communication. Second is flexibility. For a person to be a good leader, this skill is very important. Flexibility. What is that? Not being rigid. Ki, I am the leader, I am the monitor. People should listen to me. They should work according to me. They should follow rules set by me. No, that is wrong. That is not a very good skill for being a leader. Rather, the more the flexibility a person has, the better leader he becomes. Right? So, being open to the views of others, being open to the suggestions of others is known as flexibility, which is a very important interpersonal skill. Then comes patience. Once a person has responsibility, impatience also comes with it. But it is very important for a person working in an organization or at workplace to be patient. The next is empathy, as I said, by putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. Next comes active listening. What is active listening? And by the way, I would appreciate if you answer in the audience. If I ask anything and you answer, that would be very nice.
Ma'am, active listening is something when we pay attention to the person and what is he saying.
Okay. And if I ask what is the difference between hearing and listening, what will you say? That is
Ma'am,
correct.
here, yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. Ma'am, we can hear anything, but it doesn't require extreme attention. But when we are active listening, it requires our attention, like total
For
focus.
example, for example,
For example, ma'am, if a professor is teaching us, so if we are actively listening to him, we will know that what he is talking about. And if we are just hearing him, it doesn't mean that we are also grasping what he or she is saying.
okay, good. Hearing is when the sound comes to your ears. Okay? Like if you're traveling on an auto or you're going by a car and there is some music going on the road, on the roadside. So by passing off from that way, it comes to your ears. And you do not pay attention to that. That is hearing. Or when you move in the market, in a crowd, people speak. So those sounds come to your ears, but you do not understand that, or you are not interested in that, you do not focus on that. That is hearing. The sounds come to your ears. Listening is when you pay attention and you understand what you are hearing. That is called listening. That is the difference between hearing and listening. Active listening means, what is the difference between listening and active listening now? Whatever you said was correct, but both of them were listening. Active listening means when you respond.
Ma'am,
And like when I'm asking you, you are responding. That is active listening. Okay, you are listening also, you are responding also. Next is teamwork. Teamwork is in a group when you work together towards a certain goal. Very easy. Then responsibility. You take responsibility for your work, for your action, for your words, for your speech, for your behavior. That is responsibility. Responsibility doesn't only mean that you have been given responsibility to organize a group or to take a group of people on an educational tour. No, that is not only responsibility. Responsibility means a person who is responsible for his speech, for his action, for his behavior, for his work, right? Next is dependability. The more responsible you are, the more dependable you are. People depend upon you. No, he will be right. He will speak correctly. He will speak the truth, right? These interpersonal skills lead to the leadership skills. If a person has these skills, he is known or he is said to have leadership skills. Okay? So these are some of the soft skills which a leader should have or which are very important for the leader to have. Next page, please. Okay, some examples you have of soft skills over here. These are the soft skills a leader should inculcate in himself to achieve career growth. What is inculcation? What do you understand by inculcation?
Um,
To, huh, to inculcate? Like when you learn a foreign language, say Chinese language or Russian language, do you inculcate that language? Yes or no? I can't understand. Yes? Please speak again. Like
Ma'am,
when we
inculcating means to infuse something.
do what something?
Infuse something. Yes, ma'am. To like basically to infuse
Okay,
or like
infuse
ingrain
some.
something in our mind.
Yes, very correct, very correct. है ना? To develop, to infuse, correct. When you are learning a foreign language or you are learning something on computers or something related to net or something, network and all those things, do you inculcate or do you learn? If you are, say, Chinese is a foreign language, Russian is a foreign language, what do you do? Do you learn that language? Do you inculcate that language in yourself?
Ma'am, we learn that language.
You learn that language, है ना?
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am.
ठीक है, good. So here we are talking about inculcation. We learn when we have to when we are concerned with the hard skills. We inculcate when we are uh, considering the soft skills. So here the first one under the soft skill examples is emotional intelligence. Emotion, you know what emotions are? है ना? Have all those intelligence. What does that mean? You have IQ, intelligence quotient, है ना? Similarly, you have emotional quotient, and then you have emotional intelligence. So, what are they? Intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, and then emotional intelligence. What does that mean? Intelligence and emotion, are they same or are they different? Emotions, what are emotions?
Ma'am, emotions are the feelings that we have, that we feel.
And intelligence?
Um,
Yes, you are correct. Emotions are the feelings that you have. And
if
intelligence?
ma'am, I'm not getting the right word to describe it.
Anybody else? Intelligence? Intelligence? What is that? You say na ki that person is very intelligent. Why do you say that?
Ma'am, expertise in any field?
Intelligence. That is skill, beta. Expertise in any field is skill. Intelligence nahi. Intelligent Anybody else? What is intelligence? Right from your childhood, you must be hearing this word.
Ability to
Ah, yes, yes, ability to.
learn and understand.
Sorry, your voice is breaking, beta.
Ma'am, is
Ability.
it the ability to understand and think?
Correct, correct. Very good. Intelligence is the ability to understand and think in the right direction at the right time, right? And emotion means your feelings. ठीक है? So what is emotional intelligence now? Ability to understand the emotions of other people, ability to understand and respect the feelings of other people. Okay? Number two is team player attitude. When you have team player attitude means you have to give chance to everybody to move ahead, to excel. It's not that if you have a particular skill, you will feel, no, I am good at it, I should reach number one. No, that is not leadership quality. When you help others to move ahead, to gain something, that is called team player attitude. Okay. Next, you have growth mindset. What is growth mindset? And the spelling is wrong over there, mindset. D is missing. What is growth mindset? Is it for your growth only, or is it for the growth of all the people in the organization? It is for all the people working in the organization. It is for the growth of each and every member of the organization. Okay? Next, very important soft skill, openness to feedback. Very often, what happens? People feel that whatever they speak should be appreciated. Whatever they do should be appreciated. No matter how they behave, they should be appreciated, which is wrong. Openness to feedback over here, we will talk about criticism also, not only appreciation, but criticism also, correctness also. If a person is speaking and he is a little arrogant, and if somebody says that, that person should accept that and work on that to correct himself. That is openness to feedback. It comes both for the for your hard skills as well as the soft skills. Next is adaptability. How well you can change yourself according to the situations and circumstances in the positive way. That is called adaptability. Not that this is my way of living, this is my way of speaking, this is my way of working. No, that is a big no no. Okay? Next, active listening. As we said, ki when you listen, when you are listening to somebody and you respond from time to time, it is known as active listening. Then work ethics. What is work ethics? The morals, the values which are required to work efficiently in an organization or at your workplace. So these are the soft skills any leader should inculcate in himself or herself to achieve career growth. Next page, please. Here, uh, uh, the points that are written over here, the inculcation of the soft skill that we did just now will lead to these. Like, what did we do just before this one? Emotional intelligence, team player attitude, growth mindset, openness to feedback, adaptability, active listening, and work ethics. These will lead to good communication, empathy, growth mindset, team management, adaptability, curiosity, transparency, work ethics, teamwork, professionalism, and finally, leadership. Good communication. Good communication is that where you get a relevant feedback. If you don't get a relevant feedback, communication is said to be a failure. You must be knowing that in communication there are three parts: sender, message, and receiver. This is commonly known. But every time we forget feedback, which is the most important element of communication. When the sender sends the message to the receiver, communication is not complete. When the receiver sends the feedback to the sender and the feedback is correct, then only the communication is said to be complete. So those skills will lead to good communication skills. They will lead to empathy. They will lead to growth mindset. Growth mindset means only I don't have to grow. Everybody has to grow. And it is my duty to help others to grow. And then very important, time management. If you have 1 hour and you are given a certain job or a certain project, you should know how to start it, how to go through it, and how to conclude it in the given point of time. That is 1 hour. That is called time management. And for that, what is important? Prioritization. You need to prioritize what to do first, what to do after that, and what to do at the end. Next is adaptability, how well you are at adjusting with new circumstances or new situations. Then, next, very important again for any leader is curiosity. Unless and until the person is curious, wanting to know what next, he will not be able to move ahead. Next, again, very important, transparency. What is transparency? What is transparency? Anybody from the audience?
Being
What
fair.
is being fair? Okay. Anybody else? Transparent. When the speech and action they relate with each other, it is known as transparency. है ना? कि whatever you speak, whatever you do, है ना? They relate to each other. It's not that you speak something else and you do something else. Then work ethics. Again, very important. कि the values which you need to have at your workplace. Next, teamwork, and then comes professionalism. What is professionalism? Professionalism, what is that? Does it mean that you go to office, you work, and you come back? Is that professionalism? Professionalism, if we take for communication an example, we take communication as an example in professionalism. Professionalism would mean what to talk, how to talk, where to talk. What to talk, when to talk, where to talk, how to talk, Hannah? And before that, very importantly, why to talk. That is called professionalism. All these skills would lead to good leadership. Is that clear till here? Is it clear till here? Okay, I'll take it as it is clear.
Yes,
So
ma'am. It is.
the last one is leadership. So leadership, as we discussed in the beginning only, that it is the state or position of being a manager or the person in charge. That means a leader is a person who is a manager or in charge of something. Next page, please. Okay. So, as we said, that leader is a person who is in charge of something, or leadership is the state of being in charge of something. There are certain skills that a leader should have. And the, the most important skills that a leader should have, the number one is communication skill. Okay? How to talk, when to talk, where to talk, what to talk, and most importantly, why to talk. Okay. Next is delegation skill. What is delegation? When you delegate something, what does that mean? To delegate something, you give some responsibility to the uh, officer or to the staff who is junior to you, right? You delegate the work that you have been given. Say, for example, if your work has to, or if you have a project which you need to be, which you need to complete in 5 days, and you have 10 people in the group, so you delegate, you give works, or you distribute the work amongst all the members of the group. That is called delegation. That is a very important skill for any leader. Next is organizational skill. How to organize the group, how to organize anything, any project, any program, how to organize people to work together amicably. Next is interpersonal skill. Interpersonal skill means one to one. How you talk, how you behave, how you talk with others, how you behave with others, right? The better interpersonal skills you have, more successful you will be at your workplace. And the last one is problem solving skill. Key leaders, they do not see everything as a problem. They look at the problems with solutions. That is the basic difference between a leader and the other members of the group. Generally, what is the tendency of a human being? To look at things as problems, right? But the leaders, they will look at the solution of those problems. So these are the very important skills which a leader should have. Okay, next page, please. Okay, here we have 10 leadership skills which a person needs to have to be in the position of a leader, or to be in the state of leadership, or to become a good leader. Number one, emotional intelligence. The person should be intelligent enough to understand the emotions of the members of the group. What does it mean? Every member in the group will not have the same emotion, or will not be of the same emotional temperament. A good leader will understand the difference in the emotional state of his of the members of his group, and he will interact with them accordingly. That is known as emotional intelligence. Number two, again, very important, communication. It is very important how you communicate. What you communicate is important, but how you communicate is more important. Then delegation and empowerment. You have one more word over here with delegation. Delegation means you are distributing the work to the members of your group. You are giving the work to the members of the group. And then you have a word empowerment. By giving that work, or by distributing those work among the members of the group, you are also giving them the power to work upon it according to their intelligence, according to their capability, according to their wisdom. So in that, what are you doing? You are empowering that person to come up towards the position of being a leader. You are empowering that person. So this quality is very important for any leader. Leader doesn't mean that the leader has to suppress the other members of the group. That is wrong concept. A true leader will always empower the other members of the group. He will never suppress the members of the group. Next comes accountability, taking responsibility of the speech, work, behavior of the individual. Then building relationships. It is very important for any leader to have good relationships, to build positive relationships with other people. And how do you build relationships? Again, number one will come communication, right? The way you talk, the way you interact, the way you behave. So this leader has to be, if a person has to be a good leader, he needs to work upon his skill of building relationships. Next is collaboration. Collaboration means act of doing something together. So again, as we said earlier, a leader doesn't mean that he will order, he will command. That is a big no-no. A good leader always works together, always does work together with the other members of the group. Next is adaptability and agility. Adaptability is changing according to the situation and circumstances. And what is agility? It is the ability to be quick with grace. You are quick also, you are graceful also, doing something very gracefully, but in quickness. So this again is very important for any leader, any good leader to have this quality, adaptability and agility. Then something very close to building relationships or empowerment is developing others. A leader should not only think about his development and growth, rather he needs to think about the development and growth of the entire organization, entire group. Next, team culture. Team culture means working together towards a common goal in a positive way, amicably. And next is growth mindset. Again, growth mindset of self as well as others, as well as the organization. Growth of self, growth of other members of the group, growth of the organization. So these are the 10 leadership skills that any good leader should have. Next page, please. Okay. 5 essential leadership skills. We had 10 important skills. Here we have 10 essential which a leader should have. Number one, communication. So you will be seeing this communication is coming again and again, be it soft skill, be it examples of soft skill, be it leadership skills, be it leadership qualities. Everywhere you will find this communication. So the first essential leadership skill is communication. How you talk. And here I'll say how we talk. I'm not giving emphasis. Obviously, it is very important what we talk, but how we talk is more important. Sorry. Just like I said, when we talk about speech, and only 7% is 7% importance is given on how what we talk. That is speech, and how we talk gets 93% weightage. So communication is very important for a good leader. Next is motivation. The more he motivates the members of the group, the better leader he becomes day by day. Third, positivity. No matter what situation is, no matter what problem is, no matter what the circumstances are, the leader needs to be positive in his mind, in his speech, in his behavior all the time. Okay? Next is creativity, thinking out of the box. You know, how better a person thinks, or how efficient a person is in thinking out of the box makes him a better leader. And fifth one, very important, feedback. The more open the leader or the person is to feedback, towards the feedback, he becomes a better person or a better leader with the passage of days. Okay? So, on the basis of today's discussion, we find that the most relevant soft skill which a leader requires, number one, communication. As I said, we have seen communication right from the beginning till the end. So it is one of the most important soft skills that a leader requires. You know, how to talk. Number two is time management. He needs to prioritize what to do and when to do. Third is adaptability. On the basis of our discussion, we find that number three is adaptability, how good a person is in adjusting in new situations or new circumstances. Next would be problem solving. A leader looks at any problem not as a problem, but he looks at it with the mind of solving it. Next comes teamwork, working together. Next, creativity, interpersonal skills, work ethics, and most importantly, attention to detail of everything that is going on in the organization. Okay? So these are the skills, the soft skills, which are required for any person to be a good leader. Next page, please. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of the lecture. If you have any query related to this, you can ask me.
Thank you so much,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am, I
Disha,
have a
continue. Divyanshi, you can ask your question in the Q&A session.
okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Hmm.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your insights were truly enlightening. On behalf of everyone present here, I sincerely thank you, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us. Your contribution to this workshop has been invaluable and it will undoubtedly contribute to collective learning and growth. Thank you all for your attention and participation throughout this session. As we are about to end this session, we have one final opportunity to engage with our esteemed speaker. To all the participants, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat box or use the raise hand feature. Once recognized, you can unmute yourself to ask your questions directly.
Yes,
Yes,
Divyanshi.
Divya. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is, what is the role of interpersonal skills in fostering collaboration and teamwork among leaders and their teams?
Interpersonal skills, Divyanshi. What do you understand by interpersonal skill? We had discussed just now, right? What is that?
Yes.
Inter
The skills that you have inside, like reading or etc. Is that?
No, 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 no. Interpersonal skills means beta one to one relationship, interpersonal. Personal means with the person, inter means one to one, right? Interpersonal skills. So if there are 10 people, 10 members in the group, right? And you have interpersonal skills with each and every member, each of those 10 members, what kind of relation you have? You have a team relation also, as well as you have personal relation also. That helps a lot in moving together better, moving ahead together. Interpersonal skill is very important, which has how you talk with them, how you behave with them. If your behavior, if your speech is good with every member of the group, it is known as good interpersonal skills of the leader.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am. Do we have any other questions?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, could you please pinpoint some helpful tips that would be useful in increasing emotional intelligence to foster a sense of conflict resolution in today's tensed environment?
Very good question, Anna. Very good question, which people do not understand today.
Thank you,
Understanding,
ma'am.
very good. Understanding the emotions of other people or respecting the emotions of other people is very much required in today's era. Very much required. People have forgotten that. Okay? For example, if a person say has less confidence, you talk with that person, giving respect to him, ignoring his lack of confidence. That is not known as emotional. You have emotional intelligence. If a person has some inferiority complex, any kind of inferiority complex, maybe because of his language, maybe because of his looks, maybe because of anything, okay, and you talk to that person with giving full respect to that person, and that shows you are respecting the person you are talking to. You are understanding his feeling, you are giving respect to his feelings, that he lacks that, and that is your emotional intelligence. You are able to understand the emotions, the feelings, the lack of confidence or inferiority complex, any kind of complex, and then you are talking to that person, making him confident enough to respond to you, making him confident enough to speak his mind to you, and that makes you emotionally intelligent as a leader.
Thank you, ma'am.
Like in today's world, we don't think about others, right? कि ठीक है, whatever I am speaking is correct, whatever I am thinking is correct. If another person is low in confidence or has complex, what do? We generally tend to dominate that person. That should not happen. Yes, anything
Yes,
else?
ma'am.
Do we have any further questions? If there are no further questions, we will proceed to the next segment of the session. I would now like to invite Dr. Rashi Srivastav to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Disha, and thank you so much, ma'am, for such an interactive session. I
Thank
hope the
you.
students have learned at least something from there is some takeaway for them. And it was truly enlightening. And in today's time, it is very much essential to learn the soft skills, the basic skills, at least. So I would like to deliver the formal vote of thanks as it is the last day of the workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of this enriching workshop, it is my honor to extend a formal vote of thanks to all those who have made this event a grand success. On behalf of Amity School of Languages, I Dr. Rashi Shrivastava, would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to our magnanimous director, Professor Dr. Kumkum Ray, for her constant support and guidance. Her vision and ideas has been significant in making this workshop possible. A special thanks to the heads of various institutes whose presence and collaboration have added immense value to this event. To all our distinguished speakers from various academic institutions, we are deeply grateful for your time and effort in sharing your expertise and insights with us. Your thought-provoking presentations on Indian knowledge system, developing soft skills, as well as contemporary literature have inspired us to explore this horizon profoundly. I also extend our sincere appreciation to the coordinator and organizing committee for their tireless efforts and meticulous planning. A big thank you to our student volunteers whose enthusiasm, hard work, and dedication have been vital in the smooth execution of this event. Finally, to all the participants, thank you for your active engagement and contribution throughout this workshop. Your willingness to learn have made this event truly interactive and enriching. We hope that the knowledge you have gained here will be valuable in your future endeavors. We also hope that through this workshop, we have taken our nation one step closer towards Viksit Bharat. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this workshop. We look forward to your continued support and participation in future events. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ankita.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As we bring this enlightening online workshop on Path to Developed India, awakened youth, skill development, and strong leadership to a close, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who participated and contributed to the success of this event. Over the past days, we have had the privilege of hearing from distinguished speakers from eminent institutes in India and abroad. They have provided us with invaluable insights on various topics critical to skill development for our youth, such as personality development and mindfulness through Indian knowledge system, youth and nation building, Indian folk tales and Panchtantra, South Asian studies and its scope, regional fairy tales of India, multilingualism, regional languages, and NEP 2020, fostering Indian values in students' life and soft skills development. Thank you all for your active participation and commitment to this important cause. Let's continue to awaken the potential within our youth and lead the way to a brighter, stronger India. Before we end the session, I would request everyone to complete the feedback form and the assignment within 24 hours. We hope to see you all next year. Thank you so much, ma'am, and everyone present here.
Thank you.